What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a very special celebratory Saturday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. We are here every day, every morning on BettingPros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM. And we are back here with a big old smile on our faces after the Don't Bet a Parlay cashes. At some point, I'm going to have to evaluate this little experiment. And at some point, I'm going to have to think about making it official. At some point, I'm going to have to think about possibly changing my opinion on parlays, at least for a little bit. I don't like them, okay? But what we're doing is really interesting, and we're throwing these Hail Marys up. The parlay was 4-15 before last night. It was making money because it was plus 600. So we were up about, if you bet $100, don't bet $100, but we were up, a significant amount. About $1,000. We would have been up, I think, about $1,000 if you had bet every parlay, if you had bet them all with $100 down. So I gave you a plus 1,100 last night. I threw $20 on it. I told you I liked it. It's the second time I've done that where I've said, I like this parlay. And it hit. It hit again. And yeah, I hedged off of it, sure. But I hedged $50. I mean, I hedged just to make sure I made a little money in case it didn't come through. I wanted the big hit, and we got the big hit. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to argue right now some of this logic, and I'm going against myself on this because we're now 5-15, and wow, are we up now on the Don't Bet a Parlay. Like, we are way up on that, and it doesn't count. It's not official. So, like, a part of me is like, okay, when we go back and we talk about the Matt Perrault record, right, and has Matt won or lost money, and we have to consider the idea that, like, I've given you these parlays and you guys are all playing them, and then I just played two of them myself. And so for me, I won, I have to go back, it's like $200, whatever I won yesterday. So I won $200 yesterday, and then I won the time before that. I won, I don't know what I won, like 130 or something like that on the last time. I forget how much I won, but I won more than $100 the last time. So, I'm up $350 betting these parlays. What am I going to, I don't know. It's really fun. The emails, the DMs, the direct messages on Instagram, Twitter, on the Discord channel, the tickets you guys posted. I mean, I'm out to dinner with my wife, okay? My wife and my daughter, and we're out. My wife got a new car, so we want to take the car out to have some fun and take it out in the town, blah, blah, blah. We lost the Vegas Golden Knights bet in the first period, so I watched the first period, and then I went out, and that was it. So, people can't, more on that in a second. But we went out, and we ended up, following the game on my phone, but my phone was buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, and she's like, what is going on? And I was like, well, it's like we just hit a parlay. And she's like, wow. And so, we went, and we're driving, and, we taped my daughter while we were driving, and just, I got a red light. We just taped her, and she said, my daddy hit a parlay. So we posted that to Twitter and posted that. It was really fun. It was awesome. It's just so fun. It's not categorized. It's not counted towards the official record. But, I mean, when you're cashing those types of tickets, it's really fun. It's really, really cool. And I'm really happy that a lot of you guys, the biggest wager I saw was $50 to win 500. But I think there are probably bigger wagers that were made on that parlay. All first inning, yes, runs. Cold Brewster and I, that's a winning combination right there. That guy on the Discord channel has been crushing it with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They came in. We got the Pirates right again. We're going to be on the Pirates again here today. So it's just really fun. Really, really cool. By the way, speaking of the Vegas Golden Knights. So I threw a tiny wager on Vegas money line. I threw a tiny wager on Jazz money line. I just chucked those out there and was like, let's just see what happens. Both those teams lost in horrific fashion, just brutal fashion last night. So, people don't understand, and they think that, I don't know. I'm 44. I've been doing sports gambling now full-time for 5 years, and I really care more about my bets than I do about my teams. I love my teams. Don't get me wrong. I love my city. But I will bet against my team and have no problem doing that. I want to be correct with my wager more than I want to be correct anything else. And so I'm more angry. Vegas is down 2-1, but once we get an official price on Vegas, and I haven't seen one while I'm taping, I'm going to kind of look at it right now, see if there's a price out on Vegas to win the series. No, there's not. There's no price to win the series yet. Nowhere. So until I get a Vegas price, and probably tomorrow, we'll probably make a wager, an official bet on Vegas to win the series tomorrow. And then I'll be much more invested in Vegas. And it was a horrible loss, horrible goal in, 2 minutes to go. Vegas is up 2-1, and Marc-Andre Fleury loses track of the puck. It gets put in, and they lose in overtime. They were going to lose in overtime. That was just that was going to happen. Vegas, they should be up 2-1, and they're not. And Marc-Andre Fleury, when he did this in the last series, was incredible. Played extremely well against Colorado after he had a horrible goal that he gave up at the end of the first period. I forget which game was that. Game 6 or Game 7? I can't remember. I think it was Game 7. I can't remember which game that was. But Game 6. Yeah, I think it was Game 6, actually. But I expect Fleury to be phenomenal the rest of this series to make up for what just happened. He's going to be really embarrassed and really, really angry after what just happened. So, Vegas played well. They're up 2-1. They should have won, and they didn't. So, hey, that's sports. That's what happens. But I wasn't, distraught or downtrodden or mad at that. It is what it is. It's a nice win for the Canadiens. And I was wrong. I thought Vegas would win in 6. I don't know if they win in 6 now. Maybe it may take 7 now for them to win the series, but they need 3 wins in 4 games. Is that possible? Absolutely, that's possible. They reeled off 4 straight wins against Colorado. So they were down 2-0 before. They're down 2-1 now. Let's ride. And I'm not distraught or angry. If they lose, they lose. That's sports. I mean, Canadian fans are complete a-holes. I'm sorry. You guys are a-holes. I've known you to be a-holes for a long time. You're Yankee fans, but you're worse because you're from Canada. So it's you're worse because of the 1993. That's why you're worse. At least Yankee fans, you've won something when I was an adult and I was old enough to drink. You haven't won anything, anything. And you're so far above where you should be in terms of your arrogance. And you don't even see it. That's the problem. Look, we love Canadians in Vegas. We love you guys. I love you guys. I mean, you guys are super nice. It's just that your hockey arrogance is bizarre. In 1993 is not because of a conspiracy theory. It's because your team sucks. For a long time, your team has sucked. Now they're good this year. Out of nowhere. Remember? You fired Claude Julien. Remember that? Remember how bad you were? Sure. And now your coach has COVID? What was your coach doing in Vegas, by the way? How'd your coach get COVID? I thought you guys were in a bubble. I thought you guys were away from the public. Interesting, right? How does that happen? How's the coach get COVID? He's gone for the rest of the series. It's interesting, but anyways, it's beside the point. If Montreal wins, they're the better team. Congratulations. Okay, that's and they will have earned it on the ice and they will have won. And so it's interesting. It's a very unique thing. And as a Bruins fan and a longtime Bruins supporter, I fully know the Canadian fan and I know what Montreal is like. So I'm not that shocked by it. But it still is kind of, at some point, wow. Wow, guys. 1993. Just say that back to yourself. Whenever you want to tweet something or write something or record something to somebody, just say that back to yourself. 1993. It's a long time ago. I was in high school. See the gray hair? It was a long time ago. All right, so for today, you got the BetMGM offer. $20 to win $100 any event. Use that promo code Juice100 at BetMGM. All right, so I'm not going to go too heavy into this. I'm not going to explain overly. You guys pretty much know where I'm going with a lot of these wagers. We're going, yes, first inning run, Indians and the Pirates for a quarter unit, okay? There's a couple things at play here that I want to get into real quick. I will have one player prop, I don't know which one yet, for the Nets and the Bucks, Game 7 tonight. I'll have one NBA player prop in that game, but the prop I'll give you right now is I think I might end up betting all these every game with Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Cleveland, the number one scoring team in the first inning, and Pittsburgh, just Will Crow is 0-4 with a 6.75 ERA. Cal Quantrill's 0-2 with a 3.11 ERA. Let's get some runs here. Let's get the Indians to score first. The Indians did not score first in an 11-10 game, which was ridiculous, but the Pirates scored 5 in the first inning. and then won the game 11-10. Indians scored 6 runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th, and 1 in the 6th. So they lose 11-10. Let's see Cleveland score in the first inning after they got blanked for the first 5 innings yesterday against, amazingly enough, a win for Chad Kuhl. Chad Kuhl wasn't the one that stunk yesterday, which is kind of shocking. So 5 runs come in for Pittsburgh, and let's get Cleveland to score in the first inning here, have them start fast. Quarter unit, Indians, Pirates, yes, for run in the first inning here to keep that amazing 45-23, I believe it is now, the record for Pittsburgh. And scoring, yes, scoring runs in the first inning to the yes. Okay, so there's the 1 quarter unit. I have 2 soccer bets for you guys. Don't ask me to go in depth here. One bet comes from a soccer guy of mine who was right yesterday, gave me a tip on a bet yesterday, and I bet it and I won. So I came back to him and said, okay, what's the play for Saturday? And he said Portugal, Germany, under 2.5 goals at -125. I got -126. So officially the play, half a unit for Portugal and Germany, 2 big-time teams. Probably going to be a 1-0 or a 1-1 game here with Germany and Portugal. Germany doesn't score all that much. Portugal's got some incredible talent, but let's just hope that they don't do the same thing they did. I think it was in their last game when they scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, which was the first time that's ever happened in the Euros, I believe. Let's not have lightning strike twice. Portugal, Germany, under 2.5 goals for a half a unit. And I'll take the other half a unit, and this comes, we were talking on the Discord channel, and somebody pointed this out. At BetMGM, it is Spain to win and Poland not to score. So 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Spain to win and Poland not to score. Even money at BetMGM. You can get this bet. That's where I got it. Even money, Spain to win, 0 and 0 for Poland. Even money, half a unit. I have never given a whole unit to Euro soccer, but I'm getting a little bored of betting, just baseball, basketball. And the UFC event, I just don't really care about the event tonight. There's just nothing that really makes me go, oh, yeah, let's bet the UFC. So I'm not really interested in getting involved. Like, this is a diehard UFC fight fan card coming up. Boxing is not that interesting. There's a couple of top-ranked fights coming up here that I'll watch that I'm not going to bet on because there's no real interest for me to go ahead and Michaela Meyer is a -2,400 in her fight coming up tonight here in Vegas. She's fun. -2,400. Okay. I mean, one of the Jamal Charlo fights tomorrow night, he's -3,000. I mean, is this fun? This isn't fun. There's nothing fun about those fights at all. So I'll watch them, but I'm not really going to get involved with a wager to come in here. Even if you took Charlo and Meyer tomorrow and you parlay them together, it's still -1,309. Ooh, that's an exciting 2-team parlay. Lay $1,300 to win 100. That's really interesting. So so we're not doing that. So that's why I'm betting soccer. Under 2.5. Portugal, Germany, Spain to win, 0 for Poland, even money, half a unit. Okay? 2 more plays to give you guys here on a Saturday. Let's talk Lightning Islanders. Let's talk I am going back and forth here on this, and I really wonder here where we're going to be in this series and how long is this series going to go. So the Lightning won Game 3, okay? They stole it. It's 1-1 in Tampa, 1-0 for Tampa in New York. Islanders are home dogs, okay? I got +116 on the Islanders with their backs against the wall. We know what Barry Trotz does at home. We know how they are. They can stay out of the penalty box. Don't give Tampa Bay opportunities here. I think this is an opportunity for the Islanders to ride the home atmosphere, ride the home crowd. This is the series, right? They go down 3-1. It's pretty much over. And they're at home, and I'm getting plus money on a home dog. I just think the Islanders, I don't know what to make of the total, right? The under is -155. I just can't come around to it, okay? It was 4-2, under game 1, over game 2, under game 3. It could be over again here. And I just don't know. I'm not reading this series very well when it comes to totals. Both goaltenders, I don't know what to make of it. So I'm just going to take the plus money and hope for a plus money hit. Look, it worked with the Montreal games, right? Worked in game 2, worked in game 3. If you bet the underdog in all 3 games so far here for Vegas and Montreal, you're up. Up big, 2-1, but plus money, so you're up big. I'm going to kind of steal that logic a little bit here in New York to get even with Tampa Bay. Islanders, half a unit, plus 116, money line coming in here for that. And then the other half a unit, I'm just going to go back to the well. I'm going to do it again. Game 7s are always low scoring. Game 7s are always tight. The total is 215 for Milwaukee and Brooklyn. Shop around. I saw 214 at one book in Vegas. Found it somewhere else at 215. 215 number that I played. Here's where we are with the totals so far in this series. 239.5 under by 17.5. 238.5 under by 27.5. 235.5 under by 66.5. 229 under by 26 points. 222 was a push. 220.5 went under by 27.5 points. Okay, so the fear obviously is that the game against in Game 6 we had a total of 222 and it went over. Right, that's kind of the fear here. Boy, it's just the Bucks. I mean, they can score. They can hit threes, but they've been so cold from behind the three-point line. And in order to get that, insane 222 number to go for a push, we needed a ridiculous game out of Kevin Durant, just like an all-world game out of Kevin Durant. So, I don't know. There's always pressure in Game 7s. You always have both teams slowing it down. Every possession is so key. The referees tend to swallow the whistle. There aren't as many free throws. I got 215. I'm going to bet the under. I might really regret it, but I'm betting the under 215 here for Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks for Game 7 of this really crazy series that could determine who wins the NBA championship, to be quite honest. I mean, this could be for everything. It's definitely for the Eastern Conference. No offense to either Atlanta or Philadelphia, but I think the winner of this series goes to the NBA Finals. Winner of this game goes to the NBA Finals. It's a pick 'em. Even the books aren't really sure what they're going to do coming up here for this today. Okay, so here are the plays. One prop I already gave you. I'll have another one later on in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get in. First inning, yes, Pirates, Indians, run. Quarter unit, yes, we're going there. Under 2.5 goals, minus 126, Portland, Germany. Spain to win and nil for Portland. For Poland. Even money. New York Islanders winning the game, Game 4, outright, plus 116 on the money line. And the Nets and the Bucks under 215 for us here for game number 7 of their best of 7 series. Those are the picks and the plays for us here on a Saturday Daily Juice. Congrats to everybody who cashed that parlay bet. So fun. Thank you for showing me everything you guys did. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for being a part of the Discord channel. Thanks for being a Daily Juice listener. Thanks for buying t-shirts and buying hats and showing me all the things you guys have done. The community is just growing and growing. It's so fun. And this is the off season. What's football going to be like? My goodness, it's going to be a ton of fun when we get to football season. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt every morning. It's the Daily Juice podcast right here on bettingpros.com. Brought to you by BetMGM.